What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Sunday, everybody. Time to get the grind going again. Missing 4 runes. Now, what are they? Berserker Aura, which I will probably never use other than to test. Pet Master, Shield Explosion, and Poison Dagger. So I think the one I want the most is probably Shield Explosion. Yeah, Shield Explosion. So that one is Act 3. Its preferred map is the Prom. What's going on there, Grand Joe? I'm doing good. Harrison, what up, what up? However, since it's Act 3, I think the easiest map to run is going to be Royal Gardens. So we can double dip there and get some bombers. Of course, Prom doesn't... It gives you the helping hand pet. What up, Dark? Hello, hello. So Warframe's crossplay now, y'all. What do you guys think about that? Finally. I'm kind of itching to dip into some Warframe and play with some of my buddies on Xbox and PlayStation. Been farming for the overclock rune? Oh, yeah. That one is elusive. Anyway, let's hop in and get started. Gonna do some bomber farming and hopefully get a rune out of the deal, too. So feel free to hop on in and join me if you're into any of this bomberness. Just going to have a little bit of a chill Sunday, so we're just going to kind of do spammer builds here and boost it out. So just a fair game, fair warning. The builds will not be exciting. They will be boring AF. Is that the right hero? No, it's not. Let's grab this guy. Should have put the reflect beams up first. It's always a different, entirely different experience. Getting the reflect beams up front. There's still a spot open there, Marlo. Feel free to hop in, man. We still got a spot right now. Oops. That's why I like to build the reflex first. Because I always fall off the damn edge. Little buff beamage. Do I have coin trading? Yeah, you just have to hit enter. Like if you want to trade. Somebody join, I'll give you some gold. Who wants gold? Who wants gold? Ghostman, Ryan, or Spoon, or any of you watching stream. I'm not going to give you gold unless you're watching the stream. Yeah, the godlies are pretty easy to come by. You are Spoon. Alright, here you go, Spoon. So, you just type in the amount of gold you want to give. Like, say, for example, we were going to give Spoon 1 trillion gold. Type it in down here and then hit enter. And that will log it up here. And then you can confirm. And congrats there, Spoon. You are the proud new owner of 1 trillion shiny golds. What's going on, Zero? Just did about 20 hours survival to get 4 godly runes. It's funny how survival has better chance. 20 hours is terrible, dude. That's 5 hours per rune. I'm averaging one like every 2 to 3 hours at Mixed Moon. Hold down S, David. S and then click. It's not described anywhere very well, sadly. Anyway, let's do it. We still got a spot open. Anybody wants in? In mixed mode, you've gone 10 hours. Well, I mean, RNG is RNG, but that's straight from Phil. Phil told me, because I was debating on launch day just to chillax it out in a survival. And that's the benefit you get, is you get that chillax value, not having to rebuild. But right on stream, Phil is like, don't do survival, dude. His exact words were, don't do survival. If it affects loot quality, it affects runes. But, you know, RNG is RNG. Yeah, I mean, if you're having luck, you got to go where you're having luck, you know? If you're having luck in survival, then nothing wrong with that. And I've been doing a lot of survival, too, just because of the chill factor. I attempted to start watching that Star Trek Enterprise show last night with Scott Bakula, and that is just the most awful travesty ever created. It should be removed from all streaming platforms and not allowed. It is, I mean, just straight criminal. What the hell were they thinking? Come on. Besides the smoking hot Vulcan, there is zero reason to watch that show. What's going on there, Snoopy? I don't know when the rest of Act 5 is coming. Hopefully soon. I think it will be sooner than people are guessing, you know? A lot of people have been guessing like February, end of February or March, and I'll be surprised if it takes that long. I'm hoping it'll be here like soon. Nah, Phil is not a fan of the Arcanist system, so not only will there not be an Arcanist piece, I would guess that the Arcanist system is probably going to change somehow. The problem with Arcanist is, like, in the current state, it completely removes the necessity of ancient gear. I think early January is probably a pretty safe bet. I mean, he's already said that the update, as far as like in mechanical or engineering perspective, is much less to do than this update. Well, there is a bonus for the fused sets. You still get the set bonus, the increased stats. Yeah, it's probably something like that then, Marlo. I mean, I play with people from all over the world all the time, but it might be something tied to unlocks. I would be shocked if Arcanist gets a full set, personally. I think the system itself will be completely reworked. Finally got your double bombers? Grats. I hope what he does... I don't think Phil is against being able to do more than one fused defense. I think he's just against the Arcanist gear making other gear irrelevant. So what I would like to see happen... because I know Phil... I don't think Phil wants any more Arcanist gear to drop at all. So what I would like to see happen is Arcanist becoming like a wild card that you can plug it into any slot to choose your second defense. I think that would be awesome. Like, it's not an Arcanist headpiece. It's an Arcanist piece. And with that Arcanist piece, you can put it wherever you want. I think that would be super cool. Because, you know, I mean, let's be honest, with it only locked down to slot 1, not only does it make ancient gear completely invalid, it doesn't give the true benefit of the system itself of being able to get an additional fused piece, you know? Oh, I agree. I think everyone agrees there, Northern Soul. That's the issue. Just like there's issues with Arcanist pieces, there's issues with fusion gear too. Fusion gear makes non-fusion gear irrelevant. You want 3 defenses fused on one tune? I mean, I think the community's pretty split there. Some people want lots of fused defenses, other people don't. You know? I'm not sure what direction he'll take. Found a glitch where you can get the Overlord visual, but still playing normally? Would love... I mean, I like isometric view ARPGs. So, I mean, I would love to be able to play in Overlord mode. Fusion works by buffing the tower that equals the number. Yeah. So, like, guard is your second defense. It tells you right on the tooltip what it does. Guard is the second defense. What militia's the third. Miner's the fourth. Ancient is the first, of course, but no one uses it because of Arcanist. That's playing in a mode that should be harder, right? Kind of have to have... No, right now we've got power creep. Phil said that up front. He said until the next part of the update comes, there will be power creep. I didn't even look around for any runes. Junk. Junk. Where my bomber at? And junk. Boo. Bunch of junk. Get these down up front this time. It is if you're in a position where you're burning the bulk of the enemies. It's not if you're in a position where you're requiring the gas trap to hold a bunch of enemies back. Like, if your gas trap is holding back a crowd of enemies, then you don't want to use the rune. If your gas trap is only catching, like, Sharkin or whatever, then the rune is going to be crazy good for you. So it's one of those mixed emotions. There's also some funny interactions going with it. Like, it's causing some weird stacking with the immolation rune from the heat cannon and giving you just silly, silly numbers. So there's some wonkiness going on with it too. Yeah, I bought a bunch of runes. I was almost at 90. Thanks for subscribing there, Play Game. Appreciate it. I mean, I use ruined gas traps and explosive traps all the time, but I don't have my gas traps holding back a bunch of trash mobs. You know, gas traps can be insanely effective when you're just breaking into the difficulties or just putting the sets together. It can save the day. But if you're at the point in your progression where the gas trap is saving the day for you, you don't want to use the rune. Well, the thing is gas traps are a direct counter for Sharkin. So if you're having problems with Sharkin, gas traps are the counter. If you're not having problems with Sharkin, then you might find you can use them less often. Like, I'm actually at a point now where I'm removing them from a lot of builds because it's making the build run quicker. So, I mean, you'll just have to play with it. It's a MVP defense, without a doubt. But it's an MVP defense that eventually you're going to get to a power level where it's going to just slow the runs down, and you're going to be winning the runs without it. Plaguey with the sub, too. Thank you so much. But it's one of those play it by ear sort of things. Like I said, it's an MVP defense. I mean, I still use them all the time. But on some builds, I am starting to remove them. You know, just because of the speed of running. Yeah, I gave up, 12 trillion gold just a little while there, Mushroom. They're all public runs, James, so feel free to join whenever. I usually do 3 maps, and then I restart the group. That way anybody else has the opportunity to jump in. Everybody that's in the group, feel free to rejoin, though. The game could drop a life leech for you. That would be great. Yeah, Aramir on the lookout. That's your last one, isn't it, Aramir? Your last rune that you need? I've got 4 more I need. Hoping to get one of them here today. Yeah, I gotta say though, I'm kind of excited about the Warframe crossplay. I've got a lot of friends that play Warframe on PlayStation or Xbox. That's pretty awesome, especially with an older game like that. I mean, it took them, 2 years to get it added in. Once they said they wanted to. Yeah, that happens with Sharkin quite regularly there, Dark Shadow. The best way to farm gold is farm the maps that have valuable pets. So, like, Magus Quarters is really good because the paddle balls sell for so much. Monkey Kings sell for a lot. Steam Robots sell for a lot. What else? I think the paddle ball is probably one of the better gold farms because the map runs so quick. You're guaranteed like 40 plus billion, and you can run it in like 5 minutes. Well, I mean, Lichen King is definitely where it's at. You'll get to a point where you're steamrolling it. To start, I mean, the answer is always DPS the ogres, you know? If you're struggling to clear the Lichen King waves, DPSing the ogres yourself with a hero is going to be a big game changer for you. Also, keep in mind how slow stacking works. So, like, the Ensnare Aura and the Spiders slow stack with each other. Additionally, the slow from the rune for the roots also stacks. So, if you've got an Ensnare Aura, Spider, and root down, with the rune, you will put literally any mob into serious slow motion. The good thing about the root rune too is a lower quality will work. Of course, the higher quality, yeah, gas trap as well, or explosive trap. Pardon me, explosive trap as well. The benefit with the rune for the root is lower qualities will still work. Just a higher quality is a higher end slow. Nah, it's basically the same progression as the same path. Right now, the summoner is seriously broken early game. So early game is definitely in need of a balance pass. Well, the other thing to remember too with Copter Ogres is Copter Ogres don't destroy cores. So as long as you don't have defenses down where Copter Ogres can hit them, Copter Ogres are completely harmless. They can sit there and swing on a core all day long. So if you move your defenses out of the way of where a Copter Ogre can get to, you know, then they just become just some irritating big bully with a funny hat. Oops. The hard part about Copter Ogres is just getting used to ignoring them, because it's always such a magnet, you know? Like, you're always drawn to killing Copter Ogres. It's just natural. Everyone is, you know? Come on now. Well, I just want to look at the bomber, for God's sakes. Trash bomber. Boo. Junkie. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll remake. Well, they just changed that. Didn't they? Yeah, Ogre's 150 now. Mages are 100, Sirens are 120, Spiders are 70, and Archers are 60. That was one aspect that was seriously broken for sure. But they did get that dialed in at least. Now the problem is the Ogres one-shot everything. So, you know, it's still a balance issue, but that was definitely fixed to an extent. Because a big part of that was being able to build all those minions out, you know? Your load times are dependent on your inventory, Zedifier, and if you're, you know, I'm hosting, of course, so the loads for me are instant. If you keep your inventory, because remember, your inventory is loading into the game every time you load into the game. So if you keep your inventory kind of reduced a little, it will increase or help your loading times out. I think Maleficus has done a bunch of testing with that, and it's pretty considerable difference. You don't have to. Fusion gear drops randomly as well, but for the guaranteed drops, you can go to specific maps. They're both worth playing. They're vibes. For a lot of people, DD2 has been there, done that thing. A lot of people are new to it and still enjoying it. So No real wrong answer there. Play whatever one you want. Being Sunday, I'll probably go for like another 3 hours or so, James. 2.5, 3 hours. I am addicted to Overlord mode now. I wish one thing. I wish you could click on the map like you can in DD1 or like you do in mini RTS games. Well, I mean, if you're going to do a fresh start, I would definitely say DDA. DD2 is way too grindy. The monetization system in it makes it so it's just such a long, mindless grind. A fresh start in DDA is a super fun experience that you can actually progress back to end game relatively quickly without having to think about buying inventory space or spending your defender medals on shards or grinding shards, etc., etc. I wouldn't suggest restarting any free-to-play game over again. I mean, there's just free-to-play equals free to grind or bust out your credit card. And that's just what free-to-play games mean. So, I mean, they're there and they're super fun. But restarting on them, I'll pass on that one. You do a restart in DDA and you grind it out really hard, you can be back in Massacre like in... I mean, you'll be entry level. You won't be as powerful as you are now, but you can be back in Massacre in like 15, 20 hours. Come on, Splody Shield Rune. Needs me a Splody Shield Rune. Yeah, addicted to defending dungeons. What is the power of my Squire harpoons? I don't know offhand. Probably like 12k or so. 12k, 13k. I'm guessing my harpoons are probably 12k-ish. That rune for the harpoons is really powerful. In fact, was doing some testing on the infinite boss runs for Phil. No, buff beam only needs to be fusion if you're putting it on walls. And the easiest unlimited Lichen King farm, it's been patched now, so it's no longer a thing, but you can let the Lichen King run around for an hour before he dies. And the go-to build for me to get that done was harpoons and flamethrowers. They're all guaranteed drops, Granjo, so it depends on what you need. You want to unlock bonus difficulty first, so you want Lichen King bonus difficulty, ideally. And then the Demon Lord is a guaranteed brooch, the Throne Room is guaranteed bracers, and the Summit is a guaranteed mask. Thanks for following there, Wackle Dackle. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Most things in DDA are targeted farming, which is kind of nice. If you need item A, go farm it on map C, you know? Gives you a reason to play all the maps, but additionally, you know exactly where you're going to go. Nah, percent damage doesn't roll on accessories. That's only on armor. So accessories on a builder, you'd want power and rate. Depends on the builder, I guess. Like if it's a monk, you might want to consider power and range, but power and rate will be the go-to normal accessory passives. No runes for me. I got one early this morning before I started stream, so you know how RNG is. Could be a while. I think I need a bunch of them from Act 4 still. Junker. Another junker. Same thing on the guard chest. Another junker there too. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to restart the group here. Feel free to rejoin. I just want to make sure anybody else has an opportunity to hop in. And we will grind it out here. You went 400 waves without one once? Oof. Man, that's rough. That's a lot of waves. A lot of waves there, Aramir. Hack rate and mana drain. Only 2 stats. We'll scrap that bad boy. I'm going to be giving lots of runes away, too, y'all. As you see, I'm getting quite a few dupes added up here. So going to be doing most of those giveaways on my Discord server, so make sure you guys join my Discord server, !Discord in chat. We'll be doing lots and lots and lots of rune giveaways. Anyway, let's keep the grind going here. Let's get some goodies. This map runs pretty quick. Maybe I'll do 4 runs on it instead of just 3. Do you have to do anything? Just look good there, Marlo. That's it. Nah, you don't have to do anything, man. This should steamroll it. I mean, keep an eye out for ogres if you see an ogre that's getting uncomfortably close to the core, but for the most part, this will be an easy clap here. My PDS and my spiders are pretty jacked. Pretty jacked. Oh, let me fall off the edge here. Girlfriend wanted some over-the-phone attention. That's fair. You got to do these things, Zero. They are requirements of life. The armor stat gives you damage reduction. But it's all the same. So, you know, like any fusion set is going to give you the same amount of damage reduction. Alright, let's have a little luck this run. This is the one, y'all. This is the one. Wondering what your stats should look like to be able to attempt the Lichen King. Entry level is going to be about 7 to 8k main stat. You will have to struggle. You'll be struggling a little with that, but you should be able to clear it, assuming you're killing all the ogres. Yeah, the little bomber drops here. That's kind of one of the reasons I chose this map. You know, the runes are all act specific. So generally speaking, like Act 1, I've been grinding either Alk Labs or Magus Quarters. Magus, of course, gives you the paddle ball, which sells for a lot. Alk Labs gives you the guaranteed brooch drop plus the boss weapon. In Act 2, I normally do same thing there, Throne Room or Endless Spires. The downside about Endless Spires is the runes can fall off the map, and then you lose them. Throne Room doesn't have that problem. And then Throne Room, of course, boss weapon, guaranteed bracers. And then for Act 3, I've been mainly doing Royal Gardens, just because it's a real quick run, plus the little bomber. And I mean, ain't nobody gonna complain if they got some crazy roll little bomber to drop, even if you already have good ones, you know? Act 4, I've been doing Foundries and Forges, or the Keep. And then Act 5, I've been doing the Bazaar. The Bazaar, the benefit you have there is you can just do one of many spam builds, and it's like a 6-minute map. So you can get just lots and lots and lots of runs in. I did have really bad luck getting the Act 5 runes, though. It took me forever to get the Act 5 runes. Act 5 was the worst for me, and Act 2 was the second worst. I still am missing Act 2 rune. Either one or two of them. I got all of Act 1, and I got all of Act 5. There's one I'm missing from Act 3 here. I think one from Act 3, two from Act 4, and one from Act 2, maybe. Yeah, that's how RNG treats us, HJT. You'll get the ones you don't want before you get the ones you want. That's just how RNG is. It's very mean like that. RNG so cruel. So cruel. After I get all the max runes, then I'll be bitching and moaning because the second part of episode 2 is not out yet. Thanks for following that one burrito. Welcome, welcome. We can always use another burrito, especially if it's the one. Changing up what you grind every now and often? Oh, for sure. I mean, you have to, for sanity's sake. You know? Gotta keep your sanity in order. I am actually probably gonna... I keep talking about Warframe. I really want to get back in and get caught up on Warframe. Particularly now that they got that crossplay implemented. Ray, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Farming some mixed mode boss maps for minor stuff. It's fair. Well, I mean, by caught up, I mean, like, getting the new frames that have launched since I played last, completing any quest lines that I hadn't done since I played last. I still haven't done a new war. I know. Lazy ass. So I need to do a new war. You know, Revenant Prime is out now, so I got to get me a Revenant Prime, because who doesn't want to spin to win? Any recommendations on where to farm to push over 8,000? Yeah, once you get the Keep mix mode or the Summit mix mode cleared, you want to be farming bonus difficulties. Starting with Ancient Dragon and then going to Lycan King. What's up there, Holy? Having all that stuff be activatable abilities is a bit annoying. You want your dash to regen mana again? That's fair. I mean, I don't really have a problem with any of the changes, but I mean, that was my go-to operator change or operator ability too. That is a character that I think was originally intended as the end boss. It actually has a name. I don't think I'm allowed to say what it is, though. Someone from Chromatic would have to give me permission. So it still could potentially be the final boss in the game. Yeah, the Bizarre survival is pretty easy for sure. But you need to do the Keep to unlock the Lycan King difficulty for the other maps. Because farming just the Bizarre and expecting to put sets of loot together is about a huge time waste. You can just get generic upgrades, but RNG, once again, is RNG, and it's never going to give us what we want. You know? You're looking for minor helmet. Guaranteed you will not get minor helmets by doing the generic maps. Oh good, we got a 1 out of 8. That's lovely and delicious. Perfect, perfect. Toilet Paper Man. That is, believe it or not, that's not its actual name. What rune should you target farm? Well, I mean, you're going to have your favorites, and there's a lot that are really powerful. I would say the Overdrive rune for buff beams is definitely a hot item. The Lightning Tower rune is a hot item. There's a lot of hot items, you know? A lot of hot items. I mean, you're going to end up getting your favorites. Oops. Spent 2 DU on that. One of the things that makes the PDS such a good spammer is the rune is not required. So as long as you get a little power level, these are pretty easy to set up, but... What's going on there, Chico? Nah, it's intended that copter eggers don't hit crystals. They wanted to spam copter eggers at us to destroy all of our defenses. But people hated it, so they made them so they've still got all the copter eggers, but they don't destroy crystals. All 3 stats, 3 projectiles, and a .63 attack rate And the higher the number of upgrades, the better. But generally speaking, it's all 3 stats, 0.63 and 3 projectiles are the basic requirements. Yeah, it's just not ready yet. Nobody dropped mana. Of course they didn't. Thanks for the mana, y'all. Hopefully this holds with no upgrades. They've got a working version of split screen, but the game runs like shit. So, I mean, it could be no time, or it could be never. Obviously, if never is the option, then they're going to have a whole lot of pissed off Kickstarter backers since that was so featured. DDGR is still getting fine-tuned before it launches. It's expected to launch next year in 2023. So it's still getting updates. Yep, no upgrades equals lose. Gotta drop mana, y'all. Gotta drop mana. Don't drop mana, we lose the match. Do you want to lose the match, or do you want to win the match? If you want to win, drop that mana. I personally would rather win. But it's up to y'all. It's up to y'all. We don't have to win if you guys don't want. Just saying. Oof. Fail. Because I want to watch chat. I'm live streaming. So a good live streamer ignores what's happening in game and watches chat instead. In my opinion, anyway. It's the whole reason you stream. I mean, unless you're playing a competitive game, the people that ignore chat, I just don't even get why they even stream. They should just record videos. Yeah, anytime DDGR gets an update, I will stream it. So they no doubt will get an update for launch. Oof. I mean, they'll probably get updates before launch, I would guess. A little derpy on the placement there. Oops. Yeah, the Dragoon's really good. It's going to be best in slot currently on the Rogue and on the Huntress. Assuming you're ruined. Still no mana. I mean, somebody dropped it, but... Yeah, with the Rune, the Dragoon is significantly higher than the Sniper. And then the Sniper, of course, loses the benefit when the Pierce hits another enemy on the Huntress. Come on now, y'all. Drop the damn mana, please. This isn't too tough. Feel free to join, y'all, but drop the goddamn mana, please. Don't make this take 20 minutes to do a run, for God's sakes. Give me the mana. Or build it yourself. One of the two. I'm good with you building. Yeah, the rogue gets a significant damage buff from the Dragoon Zirazinga. And it's so much so that I almost think it's not quite intentional. It's just enormous, the damage amount with the rune. How you doing today, Thanon? That's fine. Mushroom, I am all for slicey dices. In fact, I got to do a slice and dice video soon. Slice and dice is so awesome, man. Particularly if you got the buff beam. Professional mana dropper. Nice. This stuff up here isn't even really needed. But I hate not spending all of the DU, assuming that someone has probably got heroes leveling. If you don't have heroes leveling, then what the heck are you doing, y'all? Get your free levels, for God's sakes. Oops. If you have too many heroes, extra heroes probably means more load time? I haven't heard that one, but I mean, it's possible. Excited for the juicy hero? If it was only true. That was Phil trolling. More transmogs means more load time? It's weird. I haven't heard that one either. But, I mean, I believe it. I think more anything probably equals more load time. Phil was trolling and posted in my Discord AI-generated backstory with tower loadouts and abilities and everything for a Juice Bag Zero. I think that was Phil's Saturday night boredom. He was playing with AI. Well, damage on the weapons is always on every DPS hero. If you're focusing on just the auto attack, you're going to get more value out of attack than ability. And then the builder stats affect the rogue's devices, but sadly the rogue's devices hit for so little that it's just trivial. Even using them is like a trivial damage gain. Yeah, down to 73 trillion. I'm broke now, Mushroom. I was just about to hit the triple digits, too. I was probably like a day away from hitting 100 trillion, and I had to go and start spending. Almost living on the streets. The tower loadout was like, I don't remember. It was like one thing that squirts orange juice. Jawzilla, holy crap, man. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you as well. Holy smokes. Yeah, it was like a juicy, EV DPS is really good. Yeah. That's the worst grind in the game right there. That's worse than Spinning Steel. The Mark II set. It's just terrible. It just never drops. But it's definitely really good once you get it dialed in. And of course you can keep the 100% uptime and everything with some mana regen. Anyway, it was like one thing that was like a sprayer that sprayed orange juice for damage. There was a blockade. There was another tower that shot like oranges. And then there was like a juice dispenser that buffed heroes. It was all AI generated. It scales with attack. However, you're going to find on most pet booster classes, you're going to gain more benefit out of going into ability. This is kind of the spammer map I've been doing, Jawzilla. And then if, like I tried it on survival to see, like in King Survival, to see how high I could go. And I took, what, I took two of the PDSs away on each side, and I added a heat cannon shooting off this way, well, right at the corner, and a heat cannon right at the corner shooting off this way. And then I put two heat cannons right here, shooting down the lane. Your right click, Marlo. Your right mouse click. I actually hit it by mistake all the time. Too many years of playing a monk across multiple games. DD1, DD2, and DDA. I've just monked way too much, so I'm always just hitting right click. It's just habit, you know? I would probably, I don't know as far as DPS, Jawzilla, but I would guess 10k main stat, and you'll have some ogres that are a little sketch. If you're at 10,000 power, you'll definitely have some ogres that make it up around the curve here. So you'll want to keep an eye on that. Dang it. I'm still looking for a juicy paintball gun. Junk. And junk. Boo. No runes either. Oof. Oof, oof. Oh, no. There's no reason to feel stupid there, Marlo. I mean, it doesn't tell you, you know? That's something I think really needs to be added in, Zirazinga. Phil's gonna have to come up with something for that, or we riot. He could just naturally give, you know, the easy answer, just naturally give minions reduced cast time. Would be the easy fix. DDA actually does a better job, I think, with explaining things in game than any of the other Dungeon Defenders games. But it's still definitely far from perfect, you know? Spiders are just incredible. Even with their wonky targeting and missing half the time, they're still just an absolutely amazing defense, you know? They add so much. Besides the double damage, their slow stacking is ridiculous. You know, just so good. I don't know if it's necessarily tutorial as much as it is implementing some of the story. Because remember, DD2's got has got like full story cutscenes and everything, and they're just not used. They're actually in the game files. You can go in the game files and look at them. Right. Did we get? Yeah, it looks like we got all the mana that time. The main thing is just getting the buff beam upgraded, and then getting everything else just tier 2. I don't look at the Dungeon Defenders Discord very often. I'm very active in my Discord, and I feel like that one's just a distraction. And I'm more concerned about my Discord than I am the official Discord. Official game Discords are just official game Discords. There's lots of good people there, but there's also lots of bad information and lots of attitude and everything. I just prefer to stay away from that. So, I am the most active person in my Discord, though. So yeah, I don't even know what's there in the pinned links there. Well, Discord is just, it's a tough thing for a content creator. You know, so many of the bigger content creators just basically, they've all got a Discord server, and it's just basically run by their moderators, and they're like never active at all. You know, I feel like if I'm going to have a Discord server, I want to make sure I'm super active in it, and it just takes a lot of time, you know? Well, I mean, it's Act 2. Yeah, I mean, that's all great, but I just, like I said, I just am not planning on being active in that Discord server. It would be a distraction from my own, and that would just not be very smart for me as a content creator. Yeah, it doesn't matter what act or what map they're Granjo, just Act 2. I personally farmed endless spires, but I also didn't have the... Yeah, 250 billion gold. My buddy Rune was having a tough time Yeah, PDS or line of sight, but the amount of line of sight they require is so small. Like here, you'll see nothing is dying until it makes it out. Everything hits the auras here, and then the PDS wreck them. But like up here... Oh, speaking of, there's a godly rune right there. Up here, you see stuff is dying right here as soon as it comes out. Would you look at that little godly rune? Sadly, that's a dupe, but... It hits the lower lane ogres. The one with the big ogre rush, they come all the way up. But every other lane besides the ogre stack lane, they have that little window of line of sight. Like there's, what, 2 lanes in that entire map that don't have line of sight to the spawn. Or very near the spawn. That was the mana bomb one, I think. The 8 of 8 overdrive is a big, big deal for sure. It's so game-changing. I mean, in my opinion, I think that's my favorite rune in the game. It changes so much. I mean, you can do so many things that you would just never even think about doing. You know? Thanks so much for following there, Zetfrick. Welcome, welcome. Sorry if I massacred your name. It's my specialty. It got nerfed, Jawzilla. It's 250 now at 8 of 8. I think it's 175 and then 250 now for 7 and 8. It's a significant improvement for getting 8 of 8. It's a hot item. I would say EV, Summoner, and then anything else. Vibes. Would be my personal opinion. Like, if you have an EV and a Summoner, then fill in the deck with anything else. The Warden would be a really strong choice for a brand new starter deck. What did I do in that last playthrough I did? I left out this... I think I left out the Squire and the Rogue. And then I did the other 6. Hate leaving the poor Squire out, man. Homie's been neglected for too long. I'm so glad that harpoons are so nice right now. That and the Rogue is just fun. So, I mean, you know, it's a grind game. So, like, the smartest thing you can do in a grind game is have fun. Because you're going to have to do whatever it is you're doing 6 million times to get the stuff you want, right? So make sure you're having fun while you're doing it. Fun is greater than any other thing. That immolation rune's a hot item, but I've already got it. What do we got there? Looks like junk. Yep, junk. Oh, wait a minute, that wasn't the bomber. Yep, it's junk. Boo, junk. Supposed to have fun in a DD game. Crazy. Crazy, huh, Mushroom? Alright, Grand Joe, enjoy the movie, man. I'm gonna do the same. Sunday nights, the family, we usually watch something together. I'm not sure what we're gonna watch yet. The wife and mother-in-law usually pick it out, so, you know. Not gonna judge, but a lot of times it's not something I would pick. But for some ungodly reason, they're tired of watching Star Wars movies. I just don't understand. How could you possibly be tired of watching Star Wars movies, for God's sakes? The Room. That one sounds familiar. You gotta remember I got a mother-in-law factor in there too. So it can't be too harsh, Mushroom. No, Rogue is still great for DPS. It's just right now there's so many viable alternatives and so many people have been grinding the Rogue for so long. I think that's why you see so many people putting the Rogue down right now. It's the meme movie that is so bad that it becomes funny. Yeah, see, the mother-in-law would hate that. Oh, I'm old, Dark Shadow. I'm old. What's going on there? Time for weed? How you doing? I actually turned 50 in May, y'all. Gonna have the 50th birthday stream. 50! You believe that shit? Crazy. They actually watched The Troll, and they really liked it. Well, they didn't so much like it as much as they thought it was going to be terrible, and they said it was better than they thought. She'll watch some stuff. She's not, you know, she's not afraid to see shit get blown up or whatever. And I think with most, not to downplay his quality of acting, with most, as with most older women, she's a big fan of The Rock. So if anything's got The Rock in it, she's gonna want to watch it. Yeah, just check on runes and then the rarities. Yep, she is a big fan of The Rock. In fact, she was talking about, has my reflect field ever died? Jen will suck them up every now and then. She was talking about Scorpion King the other night, and I told her, it's like, well, I don't think the Scorpion King is The Rock's proudest moment, you know? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, the movie kind of sucks, and the CGI and everything is really bad. And he got a little huffy about it. And I was like, oh, well, you got to realize that's like one of The Rock's first movies. So he was still learning the ropes. He wasn't the amazing, great actor that he is today, you know? Yeah, man. The Rock. All about The Rock. I mean, Scorpion King wasn't terrible. But I just think they did so bad with the CGI in that movie. Compared to other movies that were released around the same time, it's like they had a seriously low budget in comparison, you know? Squire best boss killing? Squire is very viable and certainly one of the better boss killers. Right now you can use damn near anything though. Like, the only thing you're going to struggle with is, like, the Apprentice you would struggle a little. As far as fastest burn, I would say probably the Huntress. The Squire is right up there. The Rogue is right up there. Should you start being picky with armor once you start farming Lichen King? Well, I mean, you'll have to pick your own point there, Whiskies, where to start being picky. Like, when you're happy with the quality of your damage output and you want to really work on min-maxing. Oh, nice, Aramir. Grats, dude. Grats. The fastest burn award went to Taco Bell. Hey man, Taco Bell's got great breakfast. Everything else is questionable at best. Still find myself eating it every now and then, though. Well, I'm assuming that she's not watching right now, Mushroom. I am in a closed, soundproof room, so I can say all kinds of things in here without anybody hearing me out in the living room, you know? And assuming she's not watching me stare at the stack of PDS right now. That would not be on her top 10 list of things to do. Because he hasn't slept there, Lady Nub. No, just get power, range, and rate on all your pieces and then go full power. I'm 4 away and I'll be done. So, I mean, I've been looking through the trade channel on the official Discord, but no one's got anything I want. I bought a few from there, though. Can't remember what I bought. I bought a couple of, like, mediocre quality runes just to fill in the gaps. You only traded 4 runes? I wouldn't skip a rune tier because of the cost. I would skip a rune tier because of the quality. Like, I mean, you know, especially, like, depending on where you're at in the game. Like, you know, for a lot of us, we're already farming the end game. So for us, it's all about the 8 of 8s. But also for us, the gold amount is trivial. Pretty much once you start getting into Massacre and you're running Massacre consistently, gold becomes kind of a non-issue. Did do the campaign on Massacre and started farming rooted pieces? Is it worth to swap to a rooted set even if the stats are higher? Absolutely. One of the base features of fusion gear is fusion damage is double damage versus rifted enemies. All enemies are rifted in rift mode. So double damage makes up for a whole lot of stats. Like a huge amount. You have a second summoner at level 70, you'll separate your DPS summoner and defense summoner. One of the easiest things to do there is make your DPS summoner your waller. So put them in a primitive set for the ogres. Because it's going to be real easy for you to put together a wall set of gear. All of that off-rolled stuff that you get that's not quite good enough for your DPS hero. Like for ogre walls, you want power and you want fort. Pretty much anything else doesn't even matter. And if you've got a piece that's got a good fort roll on it and it's missing power, I mean, why not, right? Because power's not the main stat. So it's pretty easy to put together a DPS waller for every hero. Yeah, a bunch of junk, huh? Do one more and then I'll make a new group. What was that? Yeah, it was that targeted mana bomb is what I got on that one. Bunch of poo, bunch of poo. What runes do I have? The only rune I'm using on this EV is, well, I mean, I've got other runes, but I'm not actually using them. You know, I'm not DPSing on them. I'm using the full coverage. Is it? Of course, the buff beam would just get smacked if I use the rune buff beam without dividing them up. I mean, you could always go not as many PDS and then divide them and get a little more power on them. Or not, yeah, I figure you can go 4 defenses on a PDS and still get value out of it. Out of the buff beam rune. I love that overdrive, though. I just absolutely do. And speaking of, I really want to get a slice and dice video with that overdrive rune on it uploaded. What do you guys think? What is the best map for that? I always make the group. Stay in as long as you can there, Marla. I'll remake the group when I'm ready. The maps are running quick, so I did another one. I mean, those side lanes on Alk Labs is ridiculous. But I've done a bunch of Alk Labs videos lately, so I don't want to spam the same map. Shadow Shot, what's up, man? How you doing? The original game, Slice and Dice carried. In some situations, it still does. In some situations. With the Slice and Dice rune and the buff beam rune, they're incredible. Oh, good lord, man. Get some sleep there, Zero. Have a good night, man. 5 a.m. That's rough. I'm so glad I never have to get up at 5 a.m. anymore. Oof. Oof, oof. Chilling out. Hey, what rune was that? Or what legendary item was that you were talking about the other day? Shadow Shot. College is making you have nice thoughts in your head. It happens. Or if there's a link, if there's going to be a really good spin to win build this league that you would suggest, if you could maybe shoot me a link to it, either in Whispers or on Discord. Because I want to play at League launch. What, it's in a few days, right? At Ziri's Disfavor. It's a legendary axe that drops from Uber at Ziri. You know, I gotta have my spinny build in. I've been trying to mix it up. Like the last time I did that Cyclone Phantasm build. PoE is on Friday. Gotcha. Oh, it's super low drop chance, huh? I'm not sure what spinny build to do this time. That Phantasm build was fun because it was so different. Well, just no one played the PvP map. Period. It's not that they didn't want to play with you, Dark Shadow. They just didn't want to play it. I had to split screen to get the PvP achievements in DD1. Couldn't get them. Yeah, couldn't find a match. Going on, Quicksilver? Thank you very much. It's constructs you summon around you to all spin at once. That actually sounds kind of interesting. I want to do that. The Cyclone Phantasm build was super fun, but it was really slow compared to some of the other spinny speed builds. Oh, it's going good there, quick. Just farming up some runes. Trying to get some new shinies here. Where the shinies at? The Huntress is one of, if not the highest DPS in the game right now. Absolutely. Complete beast. Be toying around with Val Smite. I was thinking too, some kind of cast on crit build, but what do you do with it? I don't know enough about Path of Exile to put all the builds, you know, to put a build together myself. I always go with a pre-made build. Well, split screen is already made. The problem is not making it. The problem is getting it to run. They've got a working version of split screen now, but the game runs poorly, lower than what they want it to run. That, and it's not the top priority for them right now, which, you know, it probably should be soon. All right, considering it was one of the Kickstarter promises. Skellies and Goblins, new video from KE Gaming. Well, the PDS has some visual issues, so I think that's probably the cause of many crashes. This is not the graphic that it's intended. You know, all that little bouncing around stuff it's got going over there, that's some kind of, like, graphic anomaly. Yeah, the summit weapon is the way to go for the Huntress. Unless you're trying to go big single shots. If you're trying to go big single shots, then you want the throne room weapon. If you want to play like a nuke Huntress, if you want sustained DPS, which is probably the overall best way to play it, then you want to go with the Dragoon. If you want to be able to one shot things and break the visual damage limit, then you want the throne room weapon. No. Alk Lab weapon is a really good starter weapon. The Dragoon is for the summit. Alk Lab is kind of the entry-level weapons. They're good. But they're not the best. I mean, if that's what you got, then it is, though. And that's the thing, is it's a real easy weapon to obtain. So it's like the perfect starter weapon. That's a good little bomber right there. I mean, it's what I've got is already better. But that's a good one to give away. Save that one to give away to somebody. Power and rape at only 384. Boo. Thank you so much for following there, Cookie. Appreciate it. All right, y'all, I'm going to go and remake the group. Feel free to rejoin. I just want to make sure anybody else that wants in has an opportunity. Someone's trading Berserker R in the trade chat. I mean, I need it just to check off all the checkboxes, but well, I do appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's a good starter little bomber for somebody. All three stats, 0.63 and 3 projectiles. Not bad, not bad. Dogs are all going ape shit. Wonder what their deal is. All right, y'all. I got to take a real quick coffee break though. I need to go make some coffee. The little bomber is one of the go-to range pets. It does big bada booms on the summoner. It's got 3 projectiles, so it's shooting all over the place. Oh, nice. Thanks there, Shadow Shot. Appreciate it. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go brew a coffee real quick as my caffeine level has dropped below its required saturation point for me to function in this world. Are skeletons in rifted mode not considered? Yeah, they're not considered rifted enemies. Luckily, they're still a one-shot from most things in the game. But I don't think that's necessarily intended, Trevor, but that's definitely what it is. They're non-rifted. Anyway, give me just 1 sec, y'all. I'm going to go brew a coffee real quick, and I will be right back. Be back in a sec. Right. Sorry about that, y'all. Pepper, man, she's getting big. She just went going crazy down the hallway, slammed into the wall, and knocked everything on our spice rack off the wall. She hit the wall so hard. What's going on there, Tiso? How you doing? All right, so we got one godly rune today. Targeted mana bomb. Sadly, that was a duplicate. I got a few of those. Not the one I'm looking for. What am I looking for? I am looking for Shield Explosion. This is the one from Act 3. So I've got 2 from Act 2. The Berserker Aura and Pet Master. I've got Shield Explosion, and then Poison Dagger is all that I am missing right now. But trying to get Act 3 rounded out here. So need to get that. Need to get some Shield Explosion going on. So let's dive back in here. Get a few more runs going. Feel free to hop in and join me. We're doing Royal Gardens. Just for the quick chill spammer build. Did I just set that to private? How to farm mana regen masks. Masks are guaranteed drop from the summit if you do Liking King difficulty. You only been getting defense rate fortified drops? Oh yeah, I hear you. I'm assuming with no one joining, I accidentally made that private. So let me remake it real quick here. Let's just habit. We'll leave it public this time. Or maybe just nobody joined. I mean, that's possible too. Here's Hal. Long time no see there, Hal. Oops. Saved by the double jump. Just got to 90 in DDA. Nice, nice. Congrats. It's the milestone that you can, once you get to it, you can ignore levels now. Just play. And you'll be 105 on everybody long before you get all the gear that you want. So it's definitely a nice, nice milestone to get to. Boy, if there was a way to modify luck there, Hakuna, I would be all over that. Somebody mentioned that. I think it may have been This Is I. I'm not really sure who mentioned it, but someone talked about it'd be a cool gold dump in the game to have like a wishing well or something that you could donate gold to it and it would raise your luck for one map or something along those lines. Because you can jump twice. So if you leave the ground without jumping, you still can jump twice. Spent 100 hours plus and didn't get a single piece is even worth looking at. Oh, I hear you, man. I hear you. What is it saying for me? 267 hours played in the last 2 weeks, Steve says. Oh my God, man. That's just a lot. Here's Aramir. I've been looking for your mask, DJ. It's not showing up on the well, it won't show up on the transmog list until you find it. like some of the masks are showing there, but the unlockable masks won't show up until you find it. As far as I know. I've been keeping an eye out, though. I haven't seen one yet. Do you know where? Is it a specific drop or is it a random drop? Oh, you can't use it as a transmog. Oh, well, that sucks. Well, I'm sure that's something that they will patch in. Bazaar and Metropolis chest. Gotcha. It got added in a patch. There we go. What's up, Phil? How you doing, man? Happy Sunday. Hopefully you are enjoying your Sunday and not working too hard. Tornado Valley is the worst, man. I had terrible luck on Tornado Valley as well. I ended up switching over and doing Endless Spires and Throne Room instead. Just terrible, terrible Tornado Valley luck. I ended up getting my overdrive in Endless Spires on stream. Maybe that's it, Toby. You got to stream. Get that streamer luck that's not really a thing that people always talk about. Because let me tell you, I never get shit on stream. But I did get that on stream. Two minor pieces. Where you at, Runes? According to your list, you found 108 godly runes. That's impressive. How many total runes are there? I've given a bunch away, too. I've given away 7 godly runes now. No, you just have to have Massacre unlocked there quick. If you have Massacre unlocked, it'll let you join. You got any runes for trade, Mushroom? I got a flash buff, but I'm not willing to sell it. Only trade. If you've got one of the runes I don't have yet, I would happily trade you for it. I am missing shield explosion. Let me look again. I got a list. I'm missing shield explosion, poison dagger, and pet master. I would trade any of those if you got it. Let me check and make sure I still have it before I get too promisey. Yeah, there we go. Flash buff right there. Which build should you fuse on EV? This PDS would be a pretty solid choice there, Tiso. If you're putting buff beams, if you're using walls, then you're going to want fused buff beams on walls. But the PDS or the heat cannon is incredibly powerful. The PDS is super strong and very lazy. So depending on, like, do you want pure power or do you want lazy mode? If you want lazy mode, go PDS. If you want power, go heat cannon. Yeah, Phil said it still needs the hotfix on consoles. I'll check when I get back out the tavern now, DJ, and see, check it out, see what it looks like. PlayStation won't have it yet. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, the PDS is works pretty well on a lot of maps. It's not quite as go-to lazy mode as Wisps were back in the day, but it's pretty damn good. Man, poo-poo loot. Poo-poo loot. You're stuck on the loading screen? Yeah, probably restart. Yeah, webs put a debuff on enemies that cause them to take double damage. Plus, they're just really, really good crowd control as well. A little wonky placement on that one, but I think we'll be alright. Oof. Let me just go ahead and fall right off this ledge here. I don't feel like I placed these close enough. Say, they're not too bad. It'll work, it'll work. Right. This is the one. Aramir is here to soak up all of the bad RNG. Thanks, Aramir. If only, right? When am I playing DD2 again? As soon as they have another update. No, not yet, DJ. I was debating on going through and getting the Wave 96 unlocked just for when they do come. But they are not there yet. You have 96 for Bazaar already? Nice, nice. Yeah, it's still, that hotfix just hit PC, so it's going to be in, you know, another item that's in the hotfixes, upcoming hotfixes. Come on, runes. That would probably be, those would be good ones to do if you still need Act 5 runes. Because I think both of those maps will be very achievable, Wave 96 on Lycan King difficulty. You got Godly Immolation. Nice. That's a good one, Tyler. What's up, Snowvic? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. You have to remind me, if I don't remember there, DJ, to look for your transmog there on the, when I head out. Still haven't gotten the Godly LT rune? Oof. .63 whiskey. 0.63, 3 stats, and 3 projectiles. Lots of threes in there. Yeah, it's Massacre Hardcore Rifted Lycan King. They're missing 2 M's, though. It's supposed to be MMMHCRLK. Tell them they're slacking quick. Tap Dancing Ninja, thanks so much for the follow. Playing DD2 and just bought enough gems to buy a new hero. I only have the 4 base heroes, don't know who I should buy. I always suggest the EV because it's a really, really strong addition, particularly late game. And if you just started progression, it's a direct counter for Chaos 6 as well. No more runes. The right answer there, though, Go-Go, is get who looks like it's the most fun to you, because if the game's got dungeon defenders in the title, it's a huge, huge grind. So make sure you're having fun. If not, you'll end up grinding yourself out. So if there's one character that just looks like it's more fun to you, then that's the right choice. Fun is greater than all things. Kind of like choosing waifu over meta in a anime game. Always important. Choose waifu over meta. Rush through the challenge maps of Sidewalk. I haven't heard from Sidewalk in a while. I don't know what he's been playing. He was playing a lot of Ark. Last I saw, anyway. I'm not sure what he's playing these days. Nothing but junk. Let's do one more. Thank you so much for subscribing there, Innie. Appreciate it. None but junk. Thinking about playing Ark 2 next year? I mean, it's super popular. People love the game. So there's no reason to think it won't be good, you know? I am going to be all Diablo 4 as soon as Diablo 4 launches. You're going to have to pry me away from that game, like, by force. I'm going to be playing so much Diablo 4. And then the same for Path of Exile 2. Ooh. Let me just fall off the world here real quick. Well, I can't say your full name, Quicksilver. If I say your full name, you'll get some strange impression that Quicksilver would win a race against the Flash. And we just both know that's not true, so... So, you know, that's the reason. It's hidden intentions there, Quick. I have cast rate on weapons, Marilove. On builders, that's like the best thing, the best passives you could get on weapons is cast rate. Not to be confused with castrate. But you'll see that green passive there under Irradiate, cast rate. It's huge, huge, huge. Squire with Blood Boil beats both of those in a race? Well, you know, I hate to be that way. You know, let me go ahead and put it all in perspective. Speedsters are all chumps. All of them. However, I do think that the Flash is faster than Quicksilver. But, you know what they're really there for? The real reason Speedsters are around? They're just there to go get Batman a coffee or make him a sandwich. That's it. That's the only reason. If Batman didn't want the Flash to run off and get him a sandwich, then, you know, he just wouldn't be there. But Batman wants his sandwich, and he wants it now. So you gotta have a speedster. Just saying. Let me see. Let me see if I can find you guys the image. The image. Let me see. I don't know where it's at. I actually made a Justice League 2 image. Let me see if I can find it though. God, it just triggered the hell. I have a friend that's a big Flash fan, and I made this Justice League 2 image for him. Where is it? Dang it, I can't find it. Now I just want to see it because it's just so it's so funny to me personally. It may not be funny to you all, but it's hilarious to me, especially considering I made it for a friend of mine. Let me get this wave started here. All right, let me see. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. Where are you? Where are you, Flash image? Let me see. Ooh, I found it. I found it. Here you go, y'all. Justice League 2, the banner. Are you ready for it? There it is. That's the official Justice League 2 trailer image. Batman wants his fish and chips, and he wants it now. Oh, yeah. I love that image. Like I said, a friend of mine is just a huge Flash fan, and I made that specifically for him. Why was there a strawberry on the plate? I'm not sure, because Google Images put a strawberry on there. Was there a strawberry on that plate? Yep, but speedsters, that is their whole purpose of existence. To run on down to Jitters and get Batman a coffee. It's the only reason. Was it a tomato? Let me look. Let me see. That is a strawberry, huh? That is the weirdest thing. I don't know why there was a strawberry on there. Very strange, very strange. The middle one looks like a shoe. Yeah, why on earth would there? You wouldn't think strawberries would go with fish in any scenario. I'm not sure. Definitely unsure. Go, spiders, go. The animation of the spiders shooting the webs is just the best thing ever. Which would you choose? Inspired Assault boss weapon with Sunder armor versus Etherean boss weapon with percent damage. I would probably take the Etherean personally. Figure percent damage is just a raw increase. Thunder armor has to proc, you know. But I mean, I would certainly keep both of them and play around with them. The Demon Lord is the way to go. Check Twitch Whispers. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, I guess fish and strawberries is a normal thing. How weird. How weird. What was our... That was junk. Okay, runes. Boo. Alright, one more. Let's do just one more. Could be. It could be. Still falling off the edge, even building the reflect beams first. Jeez. Yeah, I can't imagine. I've never once considered fish and strawberries ever. Just can't imagine that would be a hot item in any way, shape, or form. These I got spaced out way too far, I think. Put it in there tight. Yep. Gonna lose the buff beam on the N2 there, but I think we'll be alright. I think we'll be alright. We're, I don't know what the occasion is, and I don't even know if it's going to come true. But I overheard, when I went to make my coffee, I overheard my wife and mother-in-law talking about porterhouse steaks for dinner tonight. Oh, man. That will be amazing if that's actually going to happen. Unsure of whether or not that's going to happen, though. It's always 2 of 4. I don't know. It might have some sort of like the first time you looked at it, it was 2 of 4, so it stayed that way. Would be my guess, probably. I'm not sure though. It's a tease, quick. It's just a tease. Always the same full groups and some that doesn't fit the massacre. Yeah. I mean, that is something too. Remember too, a lot of players are, although the runes are here, and anyone who has interest in playing the game in the future, I would encourage them to come in and play the game now and get the runes grinded out. But there is a lot of people that are not returning to the game until the next boss comes. Like a large number, because for a lot of people, it's not about the rune grind. It's about the loot grind, you know, and they're not prioritizing getting the runes. Now, I think a lot of those people, particularly ones that like to min-max, are gonna have some regret. Or then again, too, like assuming another boss comes means that I'm also assuming that there will be another bonus difficulty, which means it could be a higher chance to get godly runes. So are they doing like a genius move and not grinding their life away because godly runes are going to be easier to get later? Or are they wasting their time, you know? Or not wasting their time, but you know what I mean. So it's one of the two. They're either genius move or they're going to wish that they would have grinded them out already. What's going on, Ohana? Yeah, I'm doing good. Feeling much better. It was a couple days. I was kind of feeling crappy. And it has been just crazy cold here. Like, much colder than normal for this time of year. Like, it usually doesn't get to, like, insane cold levels until usually, like, the end of December. But, man, it has been cold. They haven't said anything along those lines at all, Hal. So I have no idea. No teases whatsoever there. No, he's graduated now. He's actually back in another school, but he graduated from the Naval Academy, and he's taking advanced flight training now to learn how to fly different planes. So yeah, he's back at it. He's at some flight school in Tennessee. He's certified to fly 2 different planes right now, the P3 and the P8. Both of them like surveillance type planes. But he's learning how to fly, I'm not even sure what it is he's learning how to fly now. He's learning how to fly other stuff. With pilots, pilots in the military, they have to be able to function in any role on the plane. So it's not like just going in and taking flight school and learning how to fly. They have to be able to operate the radar systems. They have to, they have to be able to do all the things. Eventually, he'll be flying a Tomcat. I think his end goal is he just wants to... Scrive, thank you so much for the sub. I do appreciate it, son. I think his end goal is when he gets all done with the military is he wants to be able to easily jump into a commercial pilot position. So he's learning how to fly, like the P8, I think is a variation of one of the popular Boeing planes. So I think he has a little bit of a head start in that one. And Quicksilver with the sub as well. Thank you so much, Quick. 14 months. Dang, man. Crazy. P8 is a much easier transition to commercial airlines. That's definitely his end goal. Is it worth making a pet DPS summoner and using spiders on the same character? I personally made a Waller. My DPS summoner is a Waller, but you could do it with any of them. The reason I did it with, like, spiders would be a good choice because the so much of the benefit is there without having, you know, power and rate. Magic missile towers with the Rune are actually quite usable now. It's Air Bear. I mean, they're not like a super strong meta defense, but they're certainly usable. The reason I did a Waller, though, Hana, is if I was missing a stat. Like, this is my Waller. This is it. Actually, no. I changed the gear around. That's right. I went into power because the Ogre has such crazy scaling. But you see the stats on this guy are not impressive by any means. Only 6,200 fort, 10,000 power. But my tier 1 Ogre... What is it, 950,000? 953,000 health. Just with that much stat. Oh, it is. There's tons and tons of good usable defenses right now. Without a doubt. 2 projectiles, 2 stats. Boo! No godly runes for me on that run. Alright, y'all, let me pop out the tavern and remake the group here. I'll check and see if we can find DJ's mask here. I'm not sure if it will show it for me. Because I don't think I've gotten one as a drop. But let's see. There it is right there. Yeah, I don't have it yet. It looks cool. It goes real well with the summoner. You just need pets. Quick. You only have one DPS piece of gear. That's your tome. Definitely looks good. Looks quite nice. But yeah, you get a tome. I personally am going with Ethereal Marksman. Only thing that matters is, you see, this is a crappy one, actually. Only thing that matters is having all 3 stats. I didn't realize I was using a crappy one. I mean, that one right there is instantly way better. Rearmed, rearmed. But the summoner is all about the pets. So, like, for me, when I'm actual DPSing on the summoner, this is what I personally am using. Using 2 little bomber pets and then that tome. And then, when I get my pet boost up, you know, we just shred it. The RGB pumpkin head was that a login reward? Yeah, you could join quick. I can't remember what the, or no, the RGB pumpkin head was the PTR reward. Yeah, what Mushroom said. It's that crappy one. Let me just get rid of that so I don't accidentally use it again. But yeah, Ethereal Marksman. The reason you go with Ethereal Marksman is you see the set bonus. Increases all attributes of equipped set pieces by 20%. So, with that example, let me see. Like this rearmed has got 1988 vitality. The marksman's got 1951. If you look at my health, 434,000 health. It's pretty close between those two on the vitality. The rearmed is slightly more, and I'm 399. So even though it's slightly more vitality, I'm less health, and that's because of that set bonus. getting the 20% increased stats. Yeah, anybody can join me. Hi, Hops. What up, man? This will be the last group of the day, y'all, so feel free to hop on in. Gonna queue it up. Sundays are kind of a family day in the afternoon, but hopefully can get another rune. Let me mouse over this one more time to encourage Mushroom Cake to get one of those runes I need. It's not a tease or anything, Mushroom Cake. All right, I'm done now. I'm done, I promise. All right, let's do it. So, Royal Gardens. Here we go. Looks like you didn't make it in quick. You're supposed to be there ready to hit the button, man. We got Mig in here. We got Hal in here. Fish and strawberries is a no-no. I agree. Latency, probably so. I'll probably be on late tonight, which will be early morning for you. If you're, I'm not sure what your day is like tomorrow, quick, but if you want to get some runs in, I'll probably be doing some runs later on this evening. Actually, somebody left. Man, I spaced him too far out again, huh? What's the best prom build? That one, man, there's so many options. I think it would be just a matter of opinion. For me personally, I would spam traps and auras at spawns, and then throw in wisps to deal with the copters, and to help out with the ogres. Have some Pokemon to play. That's fair. That's fair. There's Goated. A lot of people are playing that right now. The new Pokemon. I was tempted. I didn't bite. I got too many games right now in the backlog, but I was very, very tempted. It's just bad RNG, Bart. All right, here we go. Performance is a big issue at the moment. I don't know exactly what time, quick, to tell you a time. It'll be there then or later. Because like I said, I'm going to watch a movie with the wife and mother-in-law tonight. They usually go to bed around 9 or 10, though, so it'll be after then. What was that other game? Something else just launched that had really terrible performance issues. What was it? It was a big name game, too. I can't remember. But, yeah, something else just launched, and they said it's just terrible. Yeah, Calypso Protocol. The last DDA patch? I don't know what you mean. Callisto Protocol, yep. there was like thousands of reviews on Steam, negative reviews saying that the game was a slideshow, and people with like 3090s and high-end stuffs. Nah, this was Callisto Protocol was talking like people with high-end systems, and still just a slideshow. I'm not sure if they hotfixed that or whatever to deal with any issues. I was actually looking at it and I saw the Steam reviews and I just gave it a big nope. Had to compile shaders while playing the game. Oh man. Come on, runes, yay! There's a godly rune right there. Please be the one. Please be the one. Which one is it? Oh, it's not the right one. Damn it. I mean, you know, it's a godly rune. Add it to the other three. Alright, Quick. Well, have a good night, man. Alright, come on. Be the ultimate. And give me 2 godly runes in one run. How incredible would that be? Still waiting for the Switch? Yeah. Got a feeling it could be a while. Alright, Quick. Well, enjoy your evening. Like I said, thanks for hanging out. Get you a good night's sleep, man. No local co-op. Look it up, Phil. That's what I'm talking about, IHOPs. Phil needs to hit that button, man. I haven't seen 2 godlies in one run yet. This could be the time. It could be the one. Now, if that would have only been shield explosion, that would have really made my day. I haven't seen 2 godlies in 5 runs either. Maybe I'm thinking a little too aggressively. Trying to get shield explosion now is the last one I need from Act 3. And it's super cool one too. Right, come on, game. Here's your one opportunity to come through and be awesome. Give me another godly rune. Just do it. Just do it. You got 2 godly runes in one run? Nice. It's called Shield Explosion, CJ. It's the Squires one. And then you went on a big dry streak? Yeah. I've had plenty of those. Plenty of those, that is for sure. Oh, your RNG goes into amazing ancient helms. You are not alone on that one, Hal. That is for sure. You are not alone. I should. I auto sell all ancient pieces right now. I should keep, if I get any incredible ones, keep them around. Yeah, past midnight for you. All right. Well, enjoy your evening. Thanks for hanging out there, Hakuna. Come on, game. You don't have many chances left. Only 80 more mobs. 70, 60, 50, 40. Ah. There could always be a godly in the victory chest, right? It could happen. It could happen. But it's not gonna. Boo. Crappy guard chest. Where the bomber at? Super crappy bomber, man. Look at it. It's got all the right stuff, but a crazy low roll. Oof. 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 Better do another. Better do another. You ready for a gear update? Hell yeah, man. That is for sure. Oh, shit. We don't have the juice. The mana went to somebody else. See it land. There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All weapons, you should always upgrade damage. Every weapon for every hero. So when you go to upgrade it, always upgrade damage. No matter what it is. So just always, always, always. Oh, it's all good, man. Really like the clock poons on gardens. Might not be as fast, but always a blast seeing machine gun poons. Hell yeah. You can never go wrong with some super clock poons. That is for damn sure. I usually do a wisp spam build there, where I'll put down 2, sometimes 3 aura stacks, and then spam a bunch of wisps up by that top crystal. Is what I personally normally do. New vid for Glitterhelm soon. Didn't have any plans to, but I mean, I'm not against it. Glitterhelm is the same old thing now. Like traps and auras, and then like 4 wisps at every spawn. Just easy modes of the map. The thing with Glitterhelm that makes it so easy is there's only 1 ogre. So assuming that you have the copter ogres automated, every wave there's going to be 1 ground ogre, and it comes right at the beginning of the wave. So open your map up, start the wave, look at where the ogre's coming from, run over there and burn the ogre down, and then there's no other ogres until the next wave. So yeah, every wave just 1 ground ogre. Now, like I said, that's assuming the copter ogres are all automated. Come on, Runes, where you at? Where you at? See a Glitterhelm build with the new defenses? Figure this defense would be terrible, so I definitely wouldn't be using this. But you know what would wreck, like completely demolish, is those flamethrowers. Quarter of the way to channel VIP. Well, damn, IHOPs. Yeah, those flamethrowers would seriously wreck Glitterhelm. I'll give you some bad news when you get to the halfway mark, IHOPs. Twitch doesn't allow a moderator to be a VIP. Because as far as they're concerned, the moderator tag is greater than the VIP tag, so it overwrites it. Yeah. Yeah. The moderator tag overwrites the VIP tag. That is lame. I mean, what the hell, right? Why would they do that? damn right. I hear you. The badge list be longer than your name. It does get the set bonus, but the problem is there's no set bonuses that really benefit. Inspired, you get 20%, a 20% pet damage boost. But if you look at equally equivalent items, Inspired is not as good. Is it? Well, it may be buggy. I know for a fact that Therian works and automatically gets a set, and that's the set bonus you want. Anyway, so there might be something buggy with whatever set you're using. You definitely want a Therian though. That, and it could always be a visual bug too. I'm not certain. That would be really hard to test. No runes for me. Boo. No good. No luck on the guard helm. No luck on the bomber. Giraffe's a piece of poo. No love at all on that one. Let's do one more. Oh man, 2 people got booted. What's going on there, Ryan? Nothing but junk. I'm doing good, man. I'm not doing resets in DD2. So I'm instantly doing good. Or doing better. God, I do not miss those days. It was a lot harder then, too. That's one thing that they've definitely made much more accessible and easy over the years. But on the same note, you don't have to do them anymore either. Like, you do one and your ascension caps are maxed and you're good to go. Not much benefit into doing multiples. Right now, unlocking runes and then player trading, buying things from other players is the main use. But there will be more reasons to use gold in the future, I think. It's one of the things Phil is concerned about for the future, is giving us some sort of a gold dump. I've been upgrading ability. You have to look at them, though, and see which one gives you more value. Actually, at first, I upgraded Vitality just to get a little bit more survivability. But I've been going with ability. It's slightly more pet damage. We can go look at it, actually. When we get done with this one, we'll take a peek at it, look at the two different ways. That's the good thing, is being able to reforge. You can, you can't screw up upgrades anymore because you can just reforge it and reset them. That's definitely a very nice thing, because I have screwed up pieces of equipment before. Mainly weapons. Accidentally upgrade the wrong thing. Well, I mean, DD2 is a whole different thing. The only way to fix gear in DD2 would be remove monetization, which will never happen in a free-to-play game. As long as they got to nickel and dime everybody to keep the game profitable, then there will never be fixes for that stuff. There's the Goblin item insurance now, where you don't lose mods anymore, but there's no, you don't, upgrading in DD2 is not the same, though, because there's no, the stats and everything are all dumbed down. You have no stat choices. You either upgrade it or you don't upgrade it, and everything gains if you upgrade it, so it's just not even remotely the same thing. Come on, drop me a big old fat godly rune there, ogre. No? Alright, I see how it is. What's going on there, Emily? How you doing? Needs the runes, y'all. Needs the runes. That would be awesome. I certainly would not complain about that. Just got home? Well, nice, nice. I am, this will probably be the last run of the day here. But better late than never, Emily. A little bit shorter than normal today, but, gonna do a little family time tonight. We're gonna watch a movie and have dinner and all that good stuff. I'm hoping that whole steak thing they were talking about comes through. That would be pretty awesome. Would love me some steak, please. No love yet. I mean, I got 2 runes today on stream. That is not bad considering where it's a 3-hour stream. So I got one right at the beginning, and then I got one, a few runs ago. So, it's 2 runes in 3 hours is pretty damn good. As far as just grinding mixed mode maps. Give me one more here, game. Make it 1 per hour. That's exactly how it works there, Mushroom. Same can be said about regular gear, too. You want something with % damage and power, you'll get % damage and rate. I'm just using 1 without a rune here, Emily. You can split it up and use the buff beam rune. I don't know, DJ. Phil hasn't. I don't think Phil plans them that far ahead. Unless there's like something, a reveal or something going on. If it's just like a normal Friday stream, it'll depend on how much he's got going on Friday, I think. So much purple and pink. There is quite a bit of purple, huh? Because everything's fused. Right, no more runes. Boo. Crappy chest. Crappy bomber. Boo. I still haven't gotten a really exceptional fairy either. Still need to keep an eye out for those every now and then. Alright, so let's take a look at scaling here real quick. Thanks for the runs there, y'all. I hope so. We'll find out. Let me get rid of... Let's go with just 1 pet. And let's see, boosted. We're doing 9.941 million. 9.941 million. So if we put those points into attack instead... Oh, actually, it looks like attack is scaling a little bit better. There's going to be diminishing returns on it, too. Depending on how high it goes. So attack was the right way for that one. You get more value out of it. Let's see with 2 of them. Let me turn it off and restart it here. Alright, so we're 10.6 and 11.45. Can somebody type those in chat? 10.62, 11.45. .62 and 11.45. Thanks, Sir Mig. So if we switched it back over, let me reset my buff. And now we're 10.57 and 11.4. So it's really close, but attack is slightly higher. So I've been speccing into it wrong. Now, yeah, attack is definitely slightly higher. It's such a trivial amount of stat, though. I think the best thing to do might even be go into Vitality, because it is a really small amount of stat. Yeah, it's barely a difference. It's so close. And like I said, there will be diminishing returns depending on how high your ability stat is. So if you're in lower quality gear, ability might be better, you know, where with that 105 offhand, attack is giving me a little bit more value. I think it needed to happen. It was completely, the mana cost on the summoner was completely game breaking, particularly early game. It gave people a really bad first impression of the game. Because you could load into the game and build out, you know, the entire map with summons and just completely AFK the entirety of the game. So I think it was something that needed to happen. It doesn't really bother me too much, being an endgame player. But it definitely needed to happen, that's for sure. Alright, y'all. That is going to get it for me for today. Probably won't be streaming tomorrow, but I will have a video hitting over on the YouTubes, without a doubt. Let me take a look and see if there's any familiar faces streaming. Let's see. I am the only DDA streamer. Wow. Test Pilot Pete is streaming some DD2. Let's raid old Test Pilot Pete. But anyway, thank you all so much. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful weekend. And I will see you all next time. Take it easy, y'all.